Have you ever studied English grammar, learned all the verb tenses, and then discovered that native speakers still sound different from you? If so, you're not alone. One of the biggest reasons English learners make mistakes is not because of the tense itself, but because of the prepositions that go with certain words and expressions. Prepositions are small words like in, on, at, to, for, with, from, and about. They may seem simple, but they can completely change the meaning of a sentence. In fact, many English learners can use the correct tense, but still sound unnatural because they choose the wrong preposition. For example, you might hear someone say, "I am waiting you," or "she arrived to the airport." These sentences are understandable, but they are not grammatically correct. Native speakers use different prepositions in these situations. The good news is that most preposition mistakes follow clear patterns. Once you learn these patterns and practice them regularly, your English will become much more natural and fluent. In this lesson, we're going to explore some of the most common preposition mistakes that learners make in every major English tense. We'll look at incorrect examples, learn the correct versions, and understand why they work. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to avoid many of the mistakes that even advanced learners often make. Present simple tense. Let's begin with the present simple tense. This tense is commonly used to talk about habits, routines, facts, and general truths. Even though it seems straightforward, many learners make preposition mistakes here. It is incorrect to say, "I listen music every day." The correct way to say it is, "I listen to music every day." The reason is simple. The verb listen is almost always followed by the preposition to when referring to sounds, music, or people. For example, you can say, "She listens to podcasts every morning." You can also say, "They listen to the teacher carefully." Another common mistake involves the verb discuss. It is incorrect to say, "We discussed about the issue." The correct way to say it is, "We discussed the issue." The word discuss already includes the meaning of about, so no additional preposition is needed. Now, let's look at another example. It is incorrect to say, "He depends on his parents." The correct way to say it is, "He depends on his parents." The expression is always depend on, not depend of. Present continuous tense. Now, let's move on to the present continuous tense. This tense describes actions happening right now or around the present time. One of the most common mistakes involves the verb wait. It is incorrect to say, "I am waiting you." The correct way to say it is, "I am waiting for you." Whenever we use the verb wait, we normally use the preposition for before the person or thing we are waiting for. For example, "We are waiting for the bus." Another example is, "She is waiting for her friend." Here's another common mistake. It is incorrect to say, "They are looking a new apartment." The correct way to say it is, "They are looking for a new apartment." The expression look for means to search for something. Let's look at one more example. It is incorrect to say, "He is talking on his friend." The correct way to say it is, "He is talking to his friend." When we communicate directly with someone, we use talk to. When discussing a topic, we use talk about. For example, "They are talking about the project." Present perfect tense. The present perfect tense connects the past with the present and is often used when talking about experiences or situations that continue until now. A very common mistake involves the words for and since. It is incorrect to say, "I have lived here since 5 years." The correct way to say it is, "I have lived here for 5 years." We use for when talking about a period of time. We use since when talking about a starting point. For example, I have worked here for 10 years. Another example is, I have worked here since 2015. Let's look at another mistake. It is incorrect to say, she has been married with him since 2018. The correct way to say it is, she has been married to him since 2018. The expression is always married to. Another common example involves the verb arrive. It is incorrect to say, we have arrived to the station. The correct way to say it is, we have arrived at the station. We generally use arrive at for smaller places and arrive in for cities and countries. For example, we arrived at the hotel. Another example is, we arrived in New York. Continue using this same conversational format throughout the remaining sections. Present perfect continuous tense. Past simple tense. Past continuous tense. Past perfect tense. Past perfect continuous tense. Future simple tense. Future continuous tense. Future perfect tense. Future perfect continuous tense. Always introduce the tense naturally, explain when it is used, present the incorrect sentence, present the correct sentence, explain the reason, and provide one or two additional examples that sound natural in everyday conversation. Conclusion. As we've seen throughout this lesson, prepositions may be small words, but they play a very important role in English. A single incorrect preposition can make a sentence sound unnatural, even when the verb tense is completely correct. The key to mastering prepositions is not memorizing long grammar rules. Instead, focus on learning common expressions as complete phrases. Learn, listen to, depend on, wait for, focus on, interested in, and succeed in as whole expressions rather than separate words. The more you read, listen, speak, and practice, the more natural these combinations will become. Over time, you'll start using the correct prepositions automatically without even thinking about them. Remember that making mistakes is part of the learning process. Every mistake is an opportunity to improve your understanding of the language. Keep practicing, keep exposing yourself to real English, and keep paying attention to how native speakers use prepositions in everyday conversations. Thank you for joining this lesson. If you found it helpful, continue practicing these examples and try using them in your own conversations today. With consistent practice, you'll soon sound more fluent, more confident, and more natural in English. See you in the next lesson.